Have you ever tried FFmpeg live transcoding? So let's put our time up. And to answer your question specifically, um, so in what way are you referring to, right? Do you mean from a testing perspective, or if I've like wrote code to actually do it? If it's the latter, then the answer would be I haven't wrote code to do it, but in my everyday job, I work for a video company, and we do actually do FFmpeg live transcoding, and I'm responsible for testing that. I've created different strategies for testing it for like whether it's for live transcoding or if it's for like pre-recorded content. And but we use different technologies to verify like video data, to encode the video, all of that stuff. And it was a new when I started earlier this year. It was definitely a new domain for me. I mean, back in like when around the time that YouTube first came out, like in the mid 2000s, like there were I played around with encoding video and stuff like that, but at that time they didn't really have the live feature. Which if they did, I probably would have tried to mess with that too. But I remember like going through codecs at 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure out how to make a YouTube clone and everything like that. So for the FFmpeg live transcoding in particular, I haven't done that, but I've seen how it's done at work. I've written some FFmpeg commands to like validate video data, as in like some of the keyframes, the timestamps. I don't even remember exactly what but there's different FFmpegs that we commands that we use. Like there was another one where I used it to validate the count of how many frames in the video. So and then like when working with the M3U8 files, which is pretty much the manifest files, right? So they have like variant manifest, quality manifest, things like that. So when a video is being broadcasted live, it's writing to that manifest file, to the live manifest, where it knows what segments to play next. So if you're interested in that information, I would definitely check out read more about FFmpeg, and then also read more about M3U8/HLS streaming. Very cool technology. I'm having the time of my life working with that technology, because I think video is super, super cool. When you see like this video, for instance, that's being streamed live on YouTube, right? Try to stream it on Facebook, but I think I'm done with Facebook. I can't stand it. All right. Anyways, like I was saying, when you see like these technologies that you use, and now you start to understand how they work, right? Now you start looking more deeply into it. Say, oh, okay, now I see how YouTube is streaming this video, and I see, and like I went to, I think if you look at an older video, where I was going live through, and I think I had a pre-recorded too, where I spoke about the M3U8 parser, but actually implementing the M3U8 parser to be able to pull out the manifest files from these different sites, that stream. Like the example that we used was Flow Grappling, and we're able to pull out a video of my competition from there and see like how they stream it on the site, how it loads. It's not like it's loading an entire MP4 file. It's little chunks of video. Like I think they were using like 5-second segments for theirs. So it's very, very cool technology. I love it, and I would definitely advise you to investigate more into it. It's very good, very good. Yeah, but if you have any follow-up questions to this one, don't hesitate to ask, and I'll answer any question that you have. All right. So shout out to that question. Thank you so much for being in the chat session. All right.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.
Enigmatic Joker.